a silent predator in the yellow grass, a shadow of death in the sky. When leopards and eagles meet, who will be the one to die? The battle begins. There is no room for error. Unforgiving Namibia. Leopards and the shadow of death in the sky. In the heart of arid Africa, where time is sealed in layers of red sand, a wild world still operates silently, according to ancient, cruel, and fascinating laws. In Namibia, the scorching heat of the day and the bone-chilling cold of the night are just the prelude to a harsh symphony of survival. In this seemingly barren land, life does not just exist. Silent predators lurk behind the dry bushes. Creatures that seem small hold the secret of perfect adaptation. And each step on the sand may be the last trace of a life. There is a person who walks like a shadow. It leaves no trace, no mistake. A symbol of mystery and death. The leopard. The embodiment of hidden power in the wild. Its pale yellow fur, spotted with a black rosette pattern, is both camouflage armor and an unmistakable identification mark. Its muscular body with high shoulders, broad chest, and powerful legs allow it to climb steep cliffs or dash away in a flash. Its amber eyes, calm but sharp as a knife, reflect every little movement of its surroundings. Its long tail acts as a rudder, allowing it to maintain balance during sudden changes of direction when chasing. In particular, it has an extraordinary ability to climb trees. A skill that helps it avoid predators and hide its spoils. It lives alone. Each male controls a large area. It will leave a scent trail to warn off intruders. When a strange leopard enters its territory, it will not end well. The leopard is a solitary, patient, and strategic hunter. It does not choose to chase in open spaces, but prefers to lurk from the shadows, taking advantage of every gap in the terrain to approach without making a sound. Its prey is diverse, depending on the environment and opportunity. It can be monkey groups, antelopes or young wild boars or smaller prey. As long as they are not careful, they will become its target. The sun begins to cast a layer of pale yellow light, spreading evenly over the dry grass. The space seems quiet, but life is still moving silently. From afar, a herd of impala appears. Impala is one of the most common prey species in the African savanna. About 90 centimeters tall, weighing from 40 to 60 kilograms, slender body, long legs and extremely fast reflexes. Smooth chestnut brown fur, white belly, with characteristic black streaks on the hind legs and ears. The male has a pair of curved horns like a sickle, both for fighting and to signal his power. Impalas live in herds, always on the move, always alert. Their survival instinct is speed and coordination. But sometimes, just one wrong step is enough to put the herd in a moment between safety and danger. A dark shadow is slowly approaching. The wind blows through the dry grass, carrying fine dust that floats on the ground. The impala herd stands to eat, their long necks bowed down and then raised again, always ready to run at the slightest sign. The distance between them and the leopard gradually shortens. The leopard's body is as tense as a bowstring. Its shoulders rise and fall with each slow breath, its amber eyes locked on its target. An impala is separating from the herd, moving diagonally toward the bushes where it is ambushing. Its claws are ready. Its tail is tucked close to the ground, and each muscle along its spine tightens. The impala has let its guard down. The opportunity has come. Suddenly, the leopard charged. Quickly, decisively. The prey could not resist. The whole herd fled in chaos. After the hunt, the leopard carried the prey's body to a place away from other competitors. Alone in the wilderness, the strong one is not only the one who kills the prey, but also the one who keeps it from the eyes watching from afar. In this world, where life and death are only a breath apart, the leopard is still a silent and cruel artist. Leopard mating is not fixed, usually taking place during the rainy season. The female only signals when entering the estrus stage, a process that lasts several days. It emits a characteristic pheromone and leaves a mark with urine or rubbing itself against trees. The male, if recognizing this signal, will quietly approach the female. Competition for mating between two male leopards can erupt at any time. The winning male will mate with the female. They mate many times and for many days to increase the chance of conception. After mating, the male leaves, leaving the female alone to raise the next generation. The gestation period lasts about 3 months. The female leopard will find a secluded place, giving birth to 2 to 4 cubs. The mother leopard will always have to constantly move to a new place to distract predators such as hyenas or even her own kind. When the chicks are about 6 to 8 weeks old, they begin to emerge from the nest and continue their hunting lessons to survive in the harsh world. They are no longer stalkers. They will be new predators, inheriting the instinct of blood, the shadow of the forest and the eyes of silence. But during the time when they are still weak and inexperienced young ones, they always have to face dangers that can appear at any time. On the vast grassland, a dark shadow is sweeping across the sky. Martial eagle, the supreme predator in the sky. They have a wingspan of up to 2.5 meters and a weight of over 6 kgs. It is the largest eagle species on the continent. The black-brown feathers covering the back contrast with the white-spotted belly, making the giant body almost melt into the harsh sunlight of the savanna sky. Its dark yellow eyes scan the ground for movement, so keen that it can detect prey from hundreds of meters above. Its curved beak is as sharp as a sickle. Its muscular legs with thick, curved claws are strong enough to pierce the skull of a small antelope. Unlike other birds of prey that are often in a hurry, the martial eagle is patient. Its It soars silently, using the thermals to maintain a stable altitude, almost without flapping its wings. This bird lives alone most of the time. They only pair up during the breeding season, usually at the beginning of the rainy season, when food is more abundant and the trees are thick enough to cover the nest. The pair chooses the tallest tree in the area, weaving branches into a nest up to 2 meters wide, reinforced over many years. Each clutch usually has only 1 egg, rarely 2. The mother incubates the eggs for nearly 2 months, while the father defends the territory and hunts for food. When the chicks hatch, they are carefully cared for weeks. But if there are 2, the weaker individual is often left to starve to death. Its diet is varied. From large birds, young baboons, hares, to young antelopes that have just left the herd. But the most terrifying is its ability to target creatures that seem to be protected, the leopard cubs. If there is just one opening, if the mother leaves the nest to hunt for too long, the eagle will take their lives as lightly as a cold wind blowing through the grass. The early morning sky is covered with a layer of soft yellow light, strangely calm. On the dry steppe, the mother leopard and her cub leave the nest to hunt. Meanwhile, on the top of a towering tree, the martial eagle is motionless like a living stone statue. Its dark yellow eyes follow. It is not in a hurry. Time is the ally of the patient. Before its eyes, every movement below is clearly visible. It tilts its head slightly to adjust its vision. Below, the ground shimmered with early morning light, interspersed with faint shadows from the low bushes that trembled in the gentle breeze. A cub stepped out. The eagle had already taken aim. Its wings were slightly spread, just enough to feel the changing air currents. Its body tensed like a bowstring. Its feet clenched tightly on the cracked bark, creating a dry, rattling sound, so faint it could barely be heard from the ground. Every time the cub raised its head, every time its feathers fluttered in the wind, they appeared in its sights like moving points of light in a still picture. Time seemed to stand still. The moment the cub raised its head, the sunlight glaring into its eyes, it felt darkness descend. In just a few seconds, the eagle had brought its prey to a high branch where the foliage crossed the early morning light, dividing the boundary between the victor and the rest of the savannah. But but didn't know that it was being watched. The mother leopard had seen everything. Suddenly, the mother leopard jumped into the tree. The wings stretched out in defense instinct, but it was too late. The fierce battle ended after more than 10 minutes. The mother leopard successfully caught the enemy who had robbed her cub right on the tree. The surroundings seemed to be quiet again. The sunlight was no longer as bright as in the morning, as if there had never been a confrontation. In the wild world, where every moment could be the last, there was no room for negligence. There were only those who never gave up. This was a battle between a mother willing to climb to the dangerous peak, just to regain the most important thing. Not victory, but life. But not all wings in the Namibian sky are violent. While the warrior eagle rules the arid plains and stalks from the treetops, another king guards his territory in the calmer waters. In the deep lagoons, the African fish eagle, quiet, precise, and deadly. With its powerful plumage, its head and chest are as white as snow, while its back and wings are covered in a deep reddish brown. The fish eagle stands out majestically against the blue sky. Its large, deeply hooked beak is bright yellow with a sharp black tip, as if carved from obsidian. Its sharp orange-yellow eyes pierce the ripples. No movement escapes its sight. Its wingspan is over 2 meters, and each flap of its wings causes the space above the water to tremble slightly. But when hunting, it doesn't need to flap. It glides, and waits. They live in pairs, bonding for years. Their nests are usually located on the tops of riverside trees, built from dry branches and growing larger each breeding season. There are usually 2 eggs, but only 1 chick usually survives, after months of harsh selection by nature. Unlike other cold-blooded predators, the fish eagle does not roar or chase. It chooses precision, silence, and grace. Its main food is fish. But when it is scarce, it is ready to hunt other species or even steal prey from storks or herons. A gentle breeze blows, stirring its white feathers, but its orange-gold eyes do not blink. From that height, it looks through the sparkling water, where the sunlight reflects in thousands of swaying silver scales. Below the clear water, faint shadows move among the dense weeds. A school of fish is lurking. Every small movement caught the eye of the hunter waiting above. It is in no hurry. Time is something the fish eagle understands better than any other species. A gentle wave, A fish breaks away from the school, heading for the shallows, flipping its fins slightly close to the surface of the lake. The light hits its back, creating a silver streak that flashes for a moment. That is the moment. No need for momentum. The eagle dives into the water. The water only has time to shake for a moment. The eagle spreads its wings. Its talons tighten around the fish, lifting its prey from the lake. Droplets of water fall in sparkling streaks behind it, fading in the morning sun. Below, the water returns to its familiar calm. But the sky where the eagle has just left still bears the traces of a perfect hunt. In Africa, every gust of wind, every glance, can be the beginning of life or the end. Under the canopy where the encounter between the eagle and the mother leopard has just subsided, temporary silence returns to the savannah. Peace on the savannah is a precious moment, but it does not mean that there is no danger. Hidden behind the bushes, long shadows slowly wait for their opportunity. The African python, the one who spreads fear with its deadly silence. A predator whose victims often do not recognize until it is too late. With a length that can exceed 6 meters and a weight of more than 100 kilos, it is one of the largest pythons in the world. It is a living muscle machine, born to squeeze and kill. Its entire body is covered in dark scales, a mixture of grey, brown and black, creating rock-like patterns, helping it to perfectly hide in the barren ground or in dense bushes. Its head is flat, wide, and its small eyes have vertical pupils, enough to observe movement. Combined with the heat-sensing organs around its mouth, it helps it track the warmth of its prey even in the dark. The African python does not hunt by quick attacks, but by absolute stillness. It lies in wait for hours, even all day, waiting for an unfortunate person to accidentally step within reach. The breeding season usually falls at the beginning of the rainy season, when the environment is favorable and food sources are abundant. The male follows a pheromone trail to find the female. Mating takes place quietly in bushes or cool, moist terrain. After that, the female will find a secluded place to lay eggs. What's special is that the female python will wrap around the nest of eggs to protect them, even vibrating her body to create heat to keep them warm during the incubation period of about 2 months. When the eggs hatch, the offspring are about 50 centimeters long, fully equipped with survival instincts. They will quickly disperse, begin their solitary lives, and immediately become the target of other predators, from birds of prey, large snakes, to hyenas. Only the fastest, best hidden individuals will survive to adulthood. Its food is very diverse, from birds, hares, small antelopes, to baby crocodiles or baby leopards if the opportunity is favorable. The bite of the rock python is extremely precise. Its teeth are angled inward to help it lock onto its prey. And after that meal, it cannot eat anything for weeks, even months. In the hot afternoon, when the ground was steaming and the dry wind blew through the low bushes, the leopard was walking lightly through the bushes. But there was a vague, strange sound, not the sound of dry branches breaking underfoot, but something moving. The leopard began to play with its prey, not attacking immediately. It took a few steps forward and then retreated, its feet moving as if dancing among the dry grass. Sharp claws emerged from the thick pads of its feet, lightly brushing the dust, causing a thin layer of dust to float in the twilight light. The leopard raised its shoulders, its whole body stretched like a string. The wind died down. The space was suffocatingly quiet. Unexpectedly, they charged at each other. It seemed like they had won, but this time the leopard could only retreat before the python's tight squeezes and counterattacks that made it suffocate. The leopard gave up, not because it was weak, but because in nature life is not for the reckless. And the leopard understands that sometimes the boundary between life and death can come from a tight squeeze. Namibia is a land where the strong do not only hunt to live, but also survive after hunting. Every step of the leopard, every spread of the eagle's wings, or the silent squeeze of the African python, all are drumbeats of a symphony of survival. Amidst the enchanting beauty of nature, there are hidden the harshest laws that no species is allowed to forget. If you love the fierce battles of the wild, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell so you don't miss any exciting survival moments. Masai Mara, where the hunter becomes a legend and the weak are left with only their last scream. Masai Mara, a bloody symphony of predators. As the first light of dawn breaks over the Masai Mara horizon, the savannah awakens. The rays of sunlight penetrate the thin layer of mist, gently dyeing the ground golden, revealing a seemingly peaceful scene, but is actually the stage for fierce pursuits. This is a land where instinct reigns, where all creatures live and die according to the most ancient law: the strong survive. Masai Mara, the vast grasslands of southwestern Kenya, is a natural stage not for the faint-hearted. On that stage, predators are not only the main actors but also the guardians of order, keeping the ecosystem from falling into chaos. They are symbols of natural power, creatures that live by instinct, blood, speed, and tactics. In the Masai Mara savanna, nothing can compare to the pure speed of the cheetah. In a world where every second determines life or death, the cheetah is a living bullet fired from the bow of nature. A creature refined by evolution down to every muscle fiber. In the blazing sun of the Masai Mara, a group of cheetahs, slender and silent, crouch in the yellow grass. Before them, a family of warthogs, innocent, are in the sights of the fastest killers on the planet. When the appointed moment arrives, all the cheetahs charge. A cold, swift and deadly attack, as nature always does. To do this, the cheetah possesses a body sculpted by evolution for speed and lethality. Slender, flexible as a sinewy whip, a gently arched back, a slender chest, long legs like twisted steel, and a flexible tail that acts as a rudder when changing direction at high speed. Unlike their cat relatives, the cheetah is the only species with claws that cannot be fully retracted, providing superior grip on dry ground like an athlete's hooves. The pale yellow fur, dotted with black spots like a topographic map of the grasslands, is not only beautiful but also a perfect camouflage under the blazing African sun. They can reach speeds of up to 112 km/h, but what makes the cheetah unrivaled is not just the speed, but the ability to accelerate from 0 to 100 in less than 3 seconds. Faster than a super sports car. But like an internal combustion engine, the cheetah can only maintain this speed for a few hundred meters before its body overheats, its lungs dry out, and its heart pumps too much. Unlike most nocturnal cats, the cheetah is a diurnal hunter. This is not an arbitrary choice, but a strategy to avoid confrontation with stronger species such as lions or hyenas. With extremely sensitive eyesight, they can detect Thompson's antelope at a distance of more than 500 meters. Once they have identified their target, usually a weak young animal or one that has strayed from the herd, they crouch close to the grass, approach silently, and then suddenly dart away like lightning. On average, each cheetah chase lasts only about 20 to 60 seconds, rarely exceeding 1 minute. But with each jump of more than 6 meters and a heart rate of up to 200 beats minute, it is a life and death race at the atomic level. If successful, the cheetah immediately strangles its prey with its sharp teeth, prioritizing severing the trachea to reduce struggling and avoid attracting predators. But success does not mean safety. Cheetahs are not good at protecting their prey. They cannot fight off a pack of hyenas, a group of young lions, or even a flock of hungry vultures. If they do not eat quickly, they are forced to abandon their meal, choosing to live to hunt again. Cheetahs are usually solitary, except for some males who live in small groups called coalitions. Females are true single mothers. After mating, usually in the dry season, the female is pregnant for about 90 and 95 days, then gives birth to 2 to 6 cubs. She will retreat to a secluded area, usually dense bushes or rocky crevices, to give birth. A litter usually has 2 to 6 cubs. Blind, weak, weighing only about 300 grams. And immediately, the cheetah cubs become ideal targets for hyenas, lions, snakes, and even eagles. During the first weeks, the mother cheetah constantly moves the nest to avoid being sniffed. There is no support pack, no fixed territory, only absolute alertness and maternal instinct. When the cubs are strong enough to keep up, the first survival lesson begins. Every day, the mother cheetah leads her cubs across the savannah, not only to move, but also to train for survival. Finding tracks, hiding, observing the wind, choosing the right moment, everything is taught through action. From afar, she has discovered the target. The hunt begins. No killing, no fatal attack. This time she needs it alive. She brings the prey back so that the cubs can practice killing skills. The cubs learn the first lesson of their lives. The survival rate to adulthood is less than 30%. But if a cub survives the first 20 months of its life, is raised, protected and trained by its mother, it will become one of the most sophisticated and beautiful killers on the planet. The cheetah's greatest natural enemy is not in the animal world, but in fierce competition. They even face the risk of being killed by lions to eliminate their opponents. But despite living on the edge, the cheetah still retains the spirit of the ultimate hunter. Quiet, decisive, sharp as a knife cutting through the grasslands. No need for roar, just speed. If the cheetah is the arrow, then the lion is the god of war. Not needing to be the fastest, nor needing to hide in the forest canopy, lions dominate the Masai Mara with strategy, strength and pack cohesion forged over thousands of years of evolution. In the world of big cats, lions are one of the most majestic and powerful symbols. With their massive stature and majestic demeanor, they not only terrify their prey, but also silence the Masai Mara grasslands when they walk through them. Male lions stand out with their thick manes, a natural crown that can extend from the head to the shoulders, sometimes covering the chest. Depending on genetics and age, the mane can be light yellow, dark brown, or jet black. A feature that not only shows strength but also protects the neck during deadly battles between males. An adult male lion can weigh up to 250 kilograms and measure nearly 2.5 meters, including the tail, making it one of the largest land predators. Lionesses may not have a mane, but they are no less formidable. Lighter, more agile, weighing between 120 and 180 kilograms, they are the main hunters of the pride. Patient, coordinated, and deadly. Their sandy gold fur, the color of the African sun, helps lions hide perfectly in the parched grasslands. But behind that calm exterior lies an anatomy optimized for hunting. Highly developed shoulder and forelimb muscles, allowing them to launch fierce pounces and slaps, enough to knock down an adult antelope. The razor-sharp teeth, combined with a bite force of up to 650 psi, can penetrate the neck of the prey in just a few seconds. The lion's eyes are a hunting tool in the dark, with night vision many times better than humans. They do not need speed like cheetahs, but in return they have incredible endurance and stealth for short but deadly ambushes. In the kingdom of predators, lions are the gods of war. They do not need to be the fastest, but are always ready to be ruthless and precise when the time comes. Here, each individual is a link in a perfect hunting machine. Masai lion prides can consist of 6 to more than 20 individuals, in which female lions are true warriors. They not only hunt, but also raise their young, protect territorial borders, and even command tactics in precise captures down to each step. Contrary to the majestic appearance of the male lion with its proud, thick mane, its main role is to protect the pride and reproduce. And they do it without mercy. 2 male lions face off, no negotiation. They rushed at each other like 2 whirlwinds of flesh and claws. A fatal blow ended the fight. The roar was choked in the throat of the loser. The winner stood there, his body covered in blood, panting. From afar, the female pride began to approach. The fight was over. The right to mate had changed hands. And when the new king ascends the throne, he does not stop at taking over the pride. He kills all the unweaned cubs, the children of the loser. That is the only way to make the female stop producing milk, enter estrus again, forcing them to give birth to offspring with the bloodline of the new king. Cruel, but effective. In the lion kingdom, legacies are built with claws, blood, and dominant genes. Nothing is more impressive than an organized lion hunt. Before dusk has completely set on the Masai Mara savanna, the lionesses begin to deploy their formations in groups. 1 team ambushes, 1 team chases, pushing the prey into the jaws of death. In front of them, the prey is bewildered, ears perked up, but does not know that death is tightening its grip step by step. And the moment of the hunt has come. A precise jump, a bite to the neck, a suffocating press, and the prey falls in less than a minute. The hunt is over. On the savannah, power lies not in muscle, but in tactics. And lionesses are the most formidable coordinated warriors that nature has ever created. A special thing that not everyone knows. Lions do not kill their prey by tearing them apart or causing them to bleed to death like many other carnivores. Instead, they choose a neat, quick and more effective way, using the pressure of their entire body to pin their prey to the ground, while their teeth tighten on the neck, causing suffocation and cutting off blood flow to the brain. A way to finish off both cleanly and minimizing the risk of injury to themselves. However, even though they are steppe warriors, lions are not always successful. The success rate of hunting only fluctuates between 25 to 30%, depending on environmental conditions and the health of the pride. But with coordinated tactics and a clear division of parts, the male eats first, followed by the female and the cubs. Just one successful hunt can feed the entire pride for many days. During the breeding season, the female will ovulate when she has a mate, a phenomenon called induced ovulation. Lions can mate dozens of times a day for 3 to 4 consecutive days. After 110 days of gestation, the mother lion quietly separates from the pride, gives birth in a hidden area, and returns a few weeks later. The cubs are born blind and extremely vulnerable. Every move they make is a gamble with nature. Hyenas, leopards, eagles, even rivers full of crocodiles are ready to end a new life. But no matter who they face, the lion remains the ultimate symbol of African power. Its roar can be heard up to 8 kilometers away, a declaration of sovereignty, a warning to enemies, and a magical call to a global audience. When you hear that roar, even through a movie screen, you are not just hearing an animal calling to its pack. You are hearing the heartbeat of the Masai Mara, where every roar is a reminder that nature is never weak. No roar, no furious chase. No footprints left on the ground. The leopard has nothing to prove. In the world of predators, it is not the fastest, nor the strongest. But it is the most silent, deadly killer of the Masai Mara. Born to melt into the shadows, the leopard has a golden coat of fur marked with rosettes, the only flowers that grow from the instinct to kill. The black spots are not just for aesthetic beauty, but the perfect camouflage against the sunlight filtering through the acacia canopy, making it almost invisible to its prey. Its body is smaller than that of a lion, but its muscles are so lean, flexible and resilient that it can carry prey twice its weight up to the treetops. That is what sets the leopard apart from other predators in the big cat family. Not to boast about its achievements, but to keep its meal away from the clutches of opportunistic robbers like hyenas and lions. Up high, among the crooked branches, it can eat in silence, undisturbed, without having to fight. Compared to the cheetah, the species is often confused. The leopard is stockier, shorter and more muscular, with a hollow rosette pattern in the middle instead of solid black spots. It doesn't run as fast as the cheetah, but it doesn't need to. The leopard is an ambusher, a silent killer, killing silently, hiding in the shadows and disappearing before you know it was ever there. In the twilight, when the sun recedes from the grasslands, the leopard appears as silent as a ghost. It stalks its prey under the low acacia bushes, moving without making a sound. Each step is a calculation. Each pounce is the result of absolute patience and absolute precision. When the moment comes, it suddenly leaps out of the acacia bushes, a silent lunge like a knife, a fatal bite to the neck of its prey. Its ideal prey is not buffalo or adult antelope, but rather medium-sized targets. Small antelopes, baboons, wild boars, hares, and even birds and reptiles. The leopard does not fight to show off, but only to survive. And it lives by sheer intelligence. Having no herd, no backers, the leopard is a lone warrior. It does not hunt in groups, does not divide its share, and does not need anyone to clear its path. Even when breeding, the female finds a secluded place to give birth, usually in a cave, among bushes or crevices in rocks. The gestation period is about 90 to 105 days, and the mother raises her cubs in solitude, using her own survival instinct. What helps the leopard survive is not strength, but the ability to be invisible in the midst of living nature. It does not need a roar because it is darkness. It does not need a herd because it is the primitive instinct of a true killer. If you ever see eyes glowing in the dark under the acacia trees, don't wait for it to roar. By the time you realize it, it will have disappeared, along with the prey, along with the traces, as if it had never existed. But believe me, it was there, and it will come back.